Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the second episode of this podcast, all about content creation, the creators that make
Isn't it the
happen.
third day?
Third episode.
Third episode. In this podcast, all about content creation, the creators that make it happen, and the platforms that help us put it all together. Oh my god, I'm all over the place at the moment. Hello everyone, and welcome to the third episode of this podcast, all about content creation, the creators that make it happen, and the platforms to help us put it all together. I am one of your four hosts, Zio, and I'm alongside Sparkle, Dobbs, and Parker, and all of you are live with Ryze. How is everyone doing today?
I'm actually looking forward to this one because I think it's going to be a hot topic and there's going to be a lot of discussions on this. So I'm actually looking forward to it.
Yeah, it should be quite a good one, this one. Everyone's
absolutely amazing.
Absolutely amazing. Everyone's looking forward to this, I think, that was for. It's definitely a close topic for us four and a lot of people that we play with. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting one.
A lot of people that we know. I think that's safe to say.
A lot of people.
Interesting.
Oh my god.
Is Dobbs going to do like an ASMR thing the whole time too?
I'm not sure.
That's Dobbs' new thing now, isn't it? ASMR.
Oh, is that why I got the mic?
Live on Twitch. / by Dobbs.
Got to do something to keep his teams alive.
Oh, low blow.
Straight into the shit house.
But we're going to start our episode with the same thing we do every single week, with some moments of the week from the boys. We will be using the trusty, still not got a name, might have to go out on Twitter this week actually, because we do have whatever the names were last time. Spinning wheel, we do need a name though. There's a few that I like there. But the spinning wheel, this is how it decides the moments of the week. These are something that's happened, or the boys have seen, or they've read, or it's happened to them personally, wherever it might be. It's just a little moment of the week, just to get us started before we go into the topic of the episode. And the spinning wheel comes up with, to start, is
Dobbs.
Hello there.
No. So our moment of the week is Ben Askren versus Jake Paul. Absolute shambles. Shambolic.
Okay.
It was horrendous, mate. Yes, that's right. Horrendous. Not horrendous. Horrendous.
Did you stay up to watch it as well?
No, I didn't. Could not do that.
Fuck.
No way. No, not watching that. That way, well, rigged, mate. I'm telling you now, it was rigged. 100% rigged.
Yeah, I do. We were discussing this at the end of the last episode, right? Or at some point during the last episode. I think it was, we were talking about the boxing last episode, and then we mentioned that this one was coming up. And I'm with you. It was horrendous. I tried to stay awake. I think I got to 2:30, maybe 3 a.m. And I was lying on my bed, had my headset on, and I was watching something on Netflix. Forgotten what it was. And I had the boxing on the other screen as well. And I woke up at 8 a.m., headset still on. Not a clue what had happened. Didn't care less. Went to Twitter, saw some highlights, and went, yep, that's kind of what I thought Jake Paul was going to win. But I didn't expect the fashion in which it happened. Ben Askren.
Yeah, it's a lot of bollocks. If you watch previous fights with Ben Askren, he can take a punch. It can take a lot more than that.
I just wonder though if it's not more about like hitting someone in like the exact sweet spot to kind of knock him out, and he just got unlucky there, or because I can't see him just hitting the fight.
It was a good punch because it's hit him like temple. It has hit him temple, and it was a good punch. It was loaded. It was a loaded punch as well. And I even watched like the interview after, and Jake Paul said, my trainer kept saying, "Don't load your punches. Don't load your punches." And he said, I saw how the way Ben Askren was approaching me in the first like 30 seconds. I was like, I'm loading up. And he loaded up on that punch and bang. It was a good shot, but I'm just not sure.
Yeah. Have you seen what Ben Askren said though? He said that the referee asked him how he was. He said he was fine.
Yes.
And then he was like, "Are you all right?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm fine." Yeah. And the ref went, "No, that's it.
That's it." He said you stumbled. But even the stumble is like not even a proper stumble.
That's why you start to count to 10 still, right? Before it even.
Well, You're
Sorry.
if they're on the canvas, so when they're on the canvas, you count to 10. If they get up, the count stops. But at that point, you have to be able to usually have to be able to touch your gloves, bring them in the middle of your body as well. And they have to be above your like waist height. So your hands have to be touched. You have to touch them in the middle, above your waist height, and you need to be able to walk towards the ref. And if you can do all of that, you're considered okay to be able to continue. But it was the walk that he said he stumbled on, but I didn't see that. Nobody saw that. So it just felt so rigged. Like it just, I don't know. It sums up the YouTube boxing. I think that's what we were discussing last week. Just how.
But wasn't there something about apparently him like celebrating after the fight as well, Ben Askren?
Yeah, he was walking around with his wife, loving life. Yeah.
Yeah, wouldn't you? You've just had like what a 500 grand payout for nothing.
No, he made a mill off that fight, didn't he?
Mill.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was
he
like
made a mill off that
500k
fight.
was his guarantee, and then
Because he put quite a bit into his wrestling school or whatever it is that he's got going.
I
Have
don't
you
think
heard the
he
facts
cares.
about he had 9 Bellator fights. He won all 9 Bellator fights, and this one payout was more than the full 9.
Yeah,
That's
well,
like insane.
Bellator, yeah.
it just shows you. It's just a stupid. I don't know. I don't agree with you. Some of these trailer fights, they're more just exhibition matches, and they're a bit stupid, to be honest. So, but we'll see where it goes after this. But okay,
Right. Good moment of the week, though.
it was a good one. Next one though is gonna be Sparkle.
Ooh. Well, I think mine is a bit of an obvious one, as it's like controlling all the newspapers at the moment. But it's the creation of the Super League for
Okay.
for a few clubs.
Who's wearing a United top over there?
If this happens, I will get rid of all my United tops. If this happens,
It shall be
just
there.
saying it now. I will record me getting rid of all my United tops if this happens.
But now
if United go through with this, I'm done with them.
But now I'm wondering if it actually is gonna happen though, because apparently Chelsea already backed out. There was talks of Man City wanting to back out as well, and with all the protests going on, I can't see any other English clubs really getting involved. But then, if like the big 6 clubs from England back out, I don't see how it's gonna work. Because how are they gonna create another league without like the top teams from all the top leagues?
Yeah. It's a bit of a shit show. Let's be honest. The
It
whole thing is. I don't know. There's just so much. I feel like we could actually have an out of schedule podcast for this one, specifically on this topic potentially.
Because it's quite a big one.
I feel like this is quite an in-depth. It's a definite moment of the week for the world, I would say. This is a huge. Even like my parents, who don't even give a shit about football, were asking me on that day. They were like, "I've heard about this Super League." I was like, I went to talk about it. They went, "I don't care though." I was like, "Okay, cheers." But thanks for bringing it up. Good
Just letting you know that they've heard about it.
Yeah, it's like okay. But I think that's maybe. I think maybe put it in the comments below. But I think we'll probably do it. I think maybe we could fit one in out of schedule, maybe at the weekend, throw a podcast up on the topic of the Super League, and also it'll give us a chance to see how it develops as well, because it will give us a few days, and then by then there might have been some changes. So I don't know if we want to do. I think we maybe do that. Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
Bang. Okay, that was a definitely that's a big moment of the week there. To be fair.
Yeah. Well, it is a big moment.
Well, it's between Parker and I now. Can I get this perfect and not hit someone that's already been done? Oh, so close. And now go to Dobbs. Yep.
Failure.
There we go. Back to Sparkle.
Back to Dobbs.
Good call.
Back to Sparkle.
Back to
Back
Dobbs.
to Dobbs.
I could do this. Oh my god.
Back to Sparkle.
Could be here for a long time, isn't it?
Zay,
I'll count that as myself. My moment of the week is a long, outstanding, and it was a marvelous moment when it happened. But 3 months ago, I sent my PC in for a fine tuning and came across a RAM fault And this week, my PC's back. My PC is back here. I'm now available to do many a games, editing, whatever I need to do. That is a big one for me, to be honest. 3 months without PC has killed me. I'm someone that's played PC games since I was like 10, non-stop, done it competitively and everything. So getting my PC back means the world. Not having to sit on the PS4, play FIFA and Warzone only. I've already spent time on Rust. Thank fuck. Cold War, been doing some League play. Yeah, I've already been smashing up games. League of Legends, Teamfight Tactics, loads of stuff. Valheim did a bit of that. Did some Civilization 6. Yeah, that's my moment of the
that
week.
3 month of you not having your PC nearly killed me because I was fucking sick of FIFA and Warzone. And I just felt bad for you every time you come on. And I was like, well, yeah, I'll play Warzone. Yeah, I'll play FIFA.
Yeah. To be fair, we haven't played much Warzone since coming back, but I think I'm kind of waiting for the new map. Yeah, mine's a short, snappy moment of the week. I'm happy. PC's back. I'm ready to go. Might be hitting live on 2 different channels, my channel and Stegosaurus TV. So watch out for that as well. But
big things coming from Z.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm happy I'm back. So yeah, that's my moment of the week.
Suppose it's on to me then, was it?
Last but not least.
My moment of the week is another personal one this week, as I have officially signed the contract to be a transport supervisor.
Ooh, okay.
So I am no longer a truck driver anymore. I've stepped up in the world a little bit.
Okay. So no more on the road?
No more on the road. No. Office job now. Controlling the drivers.
No more waking up at 3 a.m.
That could still happen because I might have to get up to open up.
Oh, okay. But at least you're not driving around all day.
Not as often. So a bit more set hours, be able to get more things in place. Should be good. A bit busy year though. Got a lot of courses being chucked at me this year, but yeah, it's good. Everything's looking good for this year.
That's good. Can we get another little personal update on how the no smoking's going since last week?
I still haven't touched the cigarettes, so that will be 2 weeks.
Nice. Little round of applause. Congratulations. Nice. Ooh, been going strong.
Hit that 3-week mark and we're done. That's it.
That's it. What was it? What did you say? 21 days, right?
21 days, yeah, apparently. Takes to break addiction.
Are you then gonna try and get rid of the vape as well, or is that just gonna stay?
That's gonna stay for a bit anyway. It's very low nicotine, so it's not that bad. I've quit the main thing.
Can you lower the nicotine level on that one?
Yeah. I'm at 6 milligram now, which is low anyway for someone who's just quit smoking. They normally go on about 12 or 18.
Okay.
I'm at 6, and probably in a few weeks I'll probably drop down to 3 milligram.
Nice.
And then hopefully next few months I'll 0 nicotine. Hopefully.
Damn.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
Yeah.
Don't smoke, everyone. Don't smoke.
It's bad for your health.
Bad for your health. Do you just quickly before we move on? Do you feel better for it after 2 weeks? Is it too soon to say? Have you noticed?
I have coughed up a lot of shit off my lungs.
Okay.
Which is the main thing. Like literally the last couple of days I've coughed up some nasty things. But yeah, I feel a bit better. I mean, I've got back into the gym as well, which is another thing to occupy my mind from it.
Nice.
So yeah, I do feel better.
Good. Big personal changes coming. Okay. Well, there's the moments of the week done, guys. If you've got any moments of the week that you want to throw in or let us know about, maybe we'll give them a read on the next podcast. Always feel free to throw them down. Maybe you've got some future moments that you know about, some big moments coming up in your life. Let us know. But for now, we're going to move on to the topic of the podcast. And we did put some tweets out with some little teasers. Some little teasers there. Someone got it in one straight away, although I probably made it fairly obvious what it was going to be. So it didn't take long. So congratulations. It was Steve. It was Steve who actually guessed it straight away. So congratulations, Steve. But the title and topic of this episode is going to be "The End is Near" for Warzone. And I'm sure we all know why. I'm sure does anyone hazard a guess as to why?
New map.
Oh, in one. Congratulations. I'm quite impressed actually. But yeah, there is a new map coming. But we thought just before we get into the new map and where it's going, we wanted to start with the evolution of battle royales in general, because they have continued to push forward, and they've gone from an obscure mod to an actual mainstream game and genre. And I think I didn't know these guys down below. Actually, they're down below. I didn't know these guys before then, but I knew Sparkle back then. And Sparkle and I always used to talk about like the way that the kind of the battle royale mods were coming in, and we were like, oh, be interesting to see like if how much bigger this becomes.
I think if I recall correctly, though, you weren't a big fan of it like initially.
No,
But I thought like because we've never really played H1Z1, did we? Like or any of those
we
kind
played
of
a bit. We
things.
probably got like 50 hours maybe on H1Z1.
Yeah. But then I think the first big one that we got onto was PUBG, right?
Yes.
But with PUBG, I felt like I was playing it for about a week or whatever, by myself or like with other random people, and I kept on telling you like it's one of the games that we need to get on because it's gonna be big in a few weeks. And
yeah.
and you weren't fully sold on it yet, but then after a few weeks, like after like knowing how we should be moving, how we should be maneuvering around the map and all that, it kind of started clicking, and that's when the whole thing kind of took off as well. Because I think like initially people were a bit skeptical of how good it would be.
Originally,
like, in general.
Was it the beta? The beta was released in. So the initial mod for Battle Royale was, like you said, on H1Z1, which was like 2016. It was the year before PUBG, and that mod was huge. And I think loads of streamers started playing it. Right, so you had like Dr. Disrespect. He was probably one of the biggest H1Z1.
Yeah.
And who was the other guy?
Ninja. You played H1Z1, right?
Ninja as well. There's someone else that I'm thinking of. He's the one that wears the cap all the time, and he's the one that went as CS Pro for one
Summit.
game.
1G.
Summit 1G. So he was the other big H1Z1. And then PUBG. So there was a beta that came out in 2017, like March, and then the actual full release came out in December. And I think it was that first few weeks where I was just like, I think I was probably playing another game as well, to be honest. And I was like,
you gotta remember, we came from CS:GO at that point, where it was just 5v5. That's it. No bullshit. No running around. No looting for half an hour to then be shot down or whatever. And then now we had to play the long game, like every single game, and it was such a style clash really to go into those games.
Yeah. I think I called it running simulator at one point. Those games.
Yeah, that's what we called PUBG at first, running simulator, until you got into it.
It was a lot of fun, but
my first one for the Battle Royale, I think I was playing at one of my friend's house on DayZ, and it was a King of the Hill server.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much like the same thing as the Battle Royale. And I think it might have been just before H1Z1.
No, that's the mod. That's the mod on H1Z1, isn't it?
Was it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that is actually the name. It's DayZ King of the Hill, because there's DayZ something else as well. I don't know what the other one's called. And then King of the Hill is the one that literally came in as like an event mod, and then they were like, "Oh my god, it's so good." But I didn't like that. I think it's because I think I probably played more H1Z1 than Sparkle, and I didn't enjoy it because it's so the next we'll go into the next one as well, which is Fortnite, which comes after PUBG. It was the same reason I don't really enjoy Fortnite, apart from the building, is that the actual aiming mechanic of Fortnite I've just never seen as like an accurate aiming mechanic. Like it's you roughly aim in like a circle like there, and it can kind of go anywhere around this area. I've just never enjoyed it. And it was the same with H1Z1 or King of the Hill. I always just felt it was a bit meh. So I hated it. And then but Sparkle's like, come to PUBG, come to PUBG. And he's like, trust me, it's realistic. It's realistic.
That
like,
one was super realistic.
Yeah,
very
PUBG is. I like PUBG. I prefer it now to Warzone, but there's not. The servers are not as great.
Mm.
They're not adding as much into it. But the actual aspect of the game, you drop in with nothing. You find your gun. You've got to find your attachments.
That's where I drop off.
There's no 2 pistol smacks and then you're dead.
Ugh.
That's what I liked about it, mate. You have to find your attachments.
I did enjoy it,
And
and I
your
do
guns.
enjoy the attachments, but and I don't know if Sparkle agrees because we went back together at one point to play it. They need to improve the actual looting / attachment mechanics because it feels too clunky now. Like now that I've done Warzone and the speed at which I can go through stuff, even Apex Legends was actually quite. It's another one we'll go into later or down the bottom, but it was such a quick looting and being able to do the attachments. Whereas with PUBG, you still have to drag. You can't just click it and it will detach what you've got on there. You have to drag it. You have to remove off what you got on the gun, then put back on what you want. And it's like in the middle of a thing or a quick fight. Oh,
on console you could do that.
You could
You could literally switch. You could switch attachment and add it straight to your gun as you pick it up.
Ugh.
Well, I feel like for a PC player, the moment you were the most vulnerable was just when you're looting someone else because it took so long to get everything in your bag.
Nightmare. I loved it though. It was we've got a lot of hours in PUBG, and I would say I really did enjoy PUBG a lot until they didn't change anything. Like they've started changing stuff now. I think they changed stuff a bit too late. But Fortnite, we do have someone in this channel, in this call, who I hear played a lot of Fortnite. Mr. Dobbs, I can see you smiling behind the microphone.
Too much, way too much.
So, what is your take on Fortnite? Because I'm not.
Fortnite. No, you see, I like the building aspect to a battle royale. It's just not realistic. That's the only downfall. Like you're not gonna get out a blueprint and pencil and fucking start building walls around you.
Yeah, right. It brings something different. But did you spend a
I
lot of time on it?
I played Fortnite every single day in season 1. Every single day, and I loved it. I loved it, mate. Season 1, and then they started adding in all sorts of stupid shit.
See, I played it literally every single day until I think it was chapter 1 or something like that. I stopped playing it. I bought every skin. I was a proper crack.
I was exactly the same on it, and then they just started changing everything, and it just got stupid. And I was like, nah, this is just kids' game now.
Would you say that after a while it became more about how good you would build compared to how good your aim would be? Because I feel like if you can outbuild people, there's no aiming aspect to it anymore. Like
season 1, Sparkle, if you could aim, it didn't really matter how good you could build. But after that, it was pretty much.
Yeah. Well, I think we understood that because we got like 3 or 4 wins off like 15, 20 games, but I didn't enjoy it. I was just like,
Nah, it got to about season 3 and everyone was building fucking hotels and you couldn't do anything.
I'm there, like I've put up one wall, and then I look behind on the other side of the wall, and there's like a bloody Empire State in front of me. It's like, oh, okay, well he's up there.
I was that kid. That was me.
No, I couldn't be bothered. I just didn't. And now I've seen it. I've seen a few like streams, and I've seen a few like highlights, and now there's like planes, cars. I think I just saw something on Twitter the other day where you can now like customize your tires for off-roading on the car.
Monster
What
trucks.
the
Oh
heck?
yeah, that's seen something about that.
Mm.
And like, what the hell? Like, I think they've actually got a deal with a company that does tires to have their tire sponsorship in the game for their off-road tires in the game.
Michelin, man.
Yeah, but something like it wasn't Michelin, but it's like basically saying like, yeah, his Michelin have now got in-game Fortnite tires to improve your off-road. Why don't you go buy some at the local Michelin's? Like, it's just a load of shit.
They need to
Terrible
just give
idea.
up.
Yeah, it's good for marketing.
The thing is,
Yeah,
I feel like they are smashing it for their fan base though, because the people who still like Fortnite now, they won't really care what they're bringing in anymore, because they just want something. Yeah, they want something new. They want something fresh, and even if it's a bit shit, I feel like people just put up with it anyway because it's Fortnite. Yeah. Whereas on Warzone, everyone's asking for changes and nothing's happening.
And arguably, PUBG, I would say, set the basis for battle royales in general. They actually brought it to light, and you got to remember they had Battlefield. What I'm talking about. PUBG actually had the most concurrent number of players at any one point on Steam. It's 3 million they hit, and they broke the record, and they smashed the record. They set the foundation for battle royales to now be where it is. But Fortnite, I think, then set the foundation for free to play, because they came in and went, rather than charge £40, here's a free to play game, and it went huge.
They are also the founders of a battle pass, isn't it?
Yeah, they were the first few to do the battle pass as well. Forgot about that.
Oh, every game has battle pass.
I
mean, Rocket League battle pass.
Here's my free game, but pay me 60 quid every single season, please.
Every single season for it. But they then, they've sent, and since then, I'll just go through a list because we don't need to talk about every single one. Although Spark and I definitely played every single one of these, which is maybe sad, but no, it's not sad. We just played, we enjoyed playing it. So you had, in order, from September 2018 to September 2020. This is the order of the games. You had Ring of Elysium come out, which is another battle royale. We had Blackout, which was the COD.
That was shit.
I didn't enjoy that. Firestorm Battlefield, that was shit. Danger Zone CS:GO, which was horrendous from a Counter-Strike. As a Counter-Strike players, terrible game. Apex Legends, actually a game I have enjoyed, and we did recently go back to as well. Realm Royale was something a bit different from it. So, if anyone, I don't know if any of you guys have played it, but Realm Royale was more of like a cartoon fantasy type take on it. So it was like you could get on a goat and go hop around the.
Yeah, I never played it, but I've seen someone streaming it. Yeah,
it was amusing for something different. It kind of expanded your horizon. That was quite fun, but not long lasting. You had obviously COD Mobile, which technically is still the same thing, and then Warzone, Fall Guys, which is technically a battle royale as well, and then Spellbreak, which is the latest battle royale. I know there are other smaller battle royales out there, but these are your more well-known ones. But yeah, those are your list of battle royales, and it kind of just shows you how this has progressed in 4 years if you consider H1Z1 was 2016 with King of the Hill.
Yeah.
But it's a big change for it, as I said, to go from a mod to a mainstream game. Yeah, and I don't know if anyone's got any opinions on any of those I read out, or wants to know any more details on them.
Not a clue.
I played most. I don't really want to know anything else about that realm or whatever it was.
No.
That was when I seen someone playing that, I was like, nah.
No, he's riding a goat and he's holding a hammer.
Not for me.
You wouldn't like Spellbreak then. I think Spellbreak's like an anime. Is it anime style?
It's not really, because I've seen something about it. It's basically you still get to shoot people, but you cast abilities as well or something. So you get like 2 abilities that you can choose out of at the start of the game or whatever, and then it's more of a capture the flag based system. I don't know.
Okay, that's one I've never touched. I haven't actually touched Spellbreak, to be honest, so I wouldn't know about that one. I've just seen a few bits, but it gives you a rough idea of how battle royales have developed over the last 3-4 years and come into the limelight, and are now a big core part of most people's games.
We lost someone.
and we know what's coming up on the screen when we edit this. We will wait for him to come back. I'm sure it's just his. There we go. The man's back.
Hey up.
Sorry, boys, playing up.
There we go. We're back in. But that's the way that the battle royales are developed. Now we go back to Warzone though. That is the topic of this one, and there always changes, obviously. And one of the biggest things that I'm sure everyone loves to talk about within Warzone. I don't think we need to go into what Warzone is. Everyone knows what it is, but it's the meta changes. The way that the meta changes in a game, and especially battle royales. I feel like battle royales is a big thing because they're always introducing new weapons. They're always making little changes, especially within the COD scene. But how have the metas changed?
I'm ready to put out a statement here, and I don't think there's been a meta better than the first one. The Grau meta was the peak of Warzone. That was when the game was at its best, and everything else they've done after that kind of fucked the balancing of the guns up like so much. Because everyone's complaining that you can play with anything else than the Grau, whereas realistically you still had that Kilo and the M4 options there, and even the M13. But now, if you're not playing certain guns that they make stupidly broken, you're just at a disadvantage, and it's in such a broken state at the moment. So I really hope that with the new season coming up, there's going to be some big ass changes.
Well, technically speaking, Grau was not considered the first meta. Even though we've had this conversation and we said it was. We'll put a little. Am I pointing down there? No, it might be down there. I think it's down there. I don't know. I'm going to point one of the ways. We'll put a little graphic on the screen here. And for those that are listening on Spotify, of course, we are on YouTube as well. So do check us out there if you want to see the graphics that we're showing. But the graphic that we're going to show at the moment is actually what the metas are based on the way that they run the index and the stats of the game. And M4 was actually the original meta in terms of kills. But I think we noticed Grau more because more people complained about it. And I think people thought it was easier on PC. They were like, "Oh, PC Grau players, it's simple." But I thought, I don't know, you two would have to say because I thought Grau was just simple.
Grau was solid on controller.
Yeah,
like,
so I don't get where people
when the Grau first came about and you put that Tempest barrel on, it did not move. The gun did not move, whether you're on controller or PC. It was no different. Well, the good thing about that when they had the Grau is, like you say, you still got people using your M4 kilos, M13. You still got people using all the other guns. There was just the Grau at the time was just that little bit better, but not massively overpowered. Like obviously the other metas that we're going to talk about.
The other metas. Can anyone guess what the other metas are? So I've got like a list here. It doesn't go past the current one.
Go on, Dobbs.
DMR.
Wait, what's Dobbs?
DMR.
Well, I was going to say Kilo MP5, Kilo R9, Kilo Origin.
Wasn't there the Bruin as well at that point?
Oh, Bruin.
You know what? The Bruin is,
send.
but it never actually hits the official meta table because it was also at the same time when the Kilo and the MP5 were around. Like they were also regularly used, the Kilo MP5. So even though we always I thought Bruin was brilliant, it never officially hit like the top weapon level. And then what else have you got?
Well, me, DMR is DMR, FAR, AUG, M16.
Yeah.
What were them? Snake shots or whatever they were called?
Snake shots or
snake shots. I remember those. But again, they were the official actual order is M4 was the first one. You had the Grau came in after that. The MP5 was after that. The longest reigning meta was the Kilo.
Yeah.
And again, I think people just look to the side because Parker's camera. I the Kilo was also the longest reigning meta, even though I think the Grau was there, and I think the Kilo was officially the longest reigning meta. You had Mac 10 come in, DMR, which you mentioned as well. Mac 10 then came back when the DMR got nerfed, Car 98, FFAR, M16, Org, and then it cuts off from there. Unfortunately, it doesn't go past that point because they haven't gathered the data or something from that point. But I think that's fairly accurate. There are other ones, like you said, snake shot pistols. I think that is a big one. But they don't dominate. They're not the ones that like the must-have overpowered needs to be nerfed meta.
R9 shotgun. There's no way that is not on there.
The R9 shotgun isn't actually on there
That is
because there was
outrageous.
something. There was something else that was also considered at the same time to be stupidly strong, which I think would have been.
Wasn't that Kilo as well?
Oh yeah, Kilo. It would have been during the Kilo time. So Kilo, what they base the meta off is the number of people that are playing it, the number of kills they get, the number of wins they're getting with that, the accuracy with the weapon. Like that's how they base it. You might need to flip your camera back again. Why does it keep changing?
Not ringing. One second.
Roll the credits.
Okay, so yeah, that's where the meta currently lies, and I think right now, I thought the Psychov pistols, is it?
Mm.
I know I keep
Oh,
saying
yeah, the new
Skyoff
ones.
pistols every 2
Yeah,
seconds. That won't be meta, I don't believe anymore, because they have nerfed it instantly within like what 3-4 days or something.
Yeah, but I've been running it today, and I still feel like it can hold up against like a Mac 10 or something. It's just the annoying part is that the FFAR is still about, so it's not.
The FFAR.
It's not
I
going
was
to be
running that
as
Mac
good.
10.
But yeah, it is a nice pistol, but you can't have them akimbo anymore, which was kind of the point, that you could go akimbo pistols and then have your ghost first loadout, and that's what made them interesting.
Oh, so that's all they've done? Just stop grabbing it akimbo?
Well,
No,
they've
no.
nerfed the akimbo on it, so you can't. The hip fire's a bit worse at the moment, and then on the normal pistol, if you aim down sight, your movement speed gets nerfed or whatever.
Yeah.
So they've kind of
something to do with polywall does too.
Yeah.
I think it's also effective damage range and the hip fire accuracy, like as a rule. Like the weapon, I think it's bullet spread. The bullet spread for the gun is as wider than usual. So.
Oh well, I'm happy that one's not in there.
Mm.
I'm happy, but that's the general meta though.
Would you say that introducing all the Cold War guns kind of ruined the game anyway? Because I feel like all the guns that got imported from Cold War have either been superly strong or not used at all.
Mm.
What Cold War ones are we thinking of? I'm trying to think. What's the?
For example, the DMR, when they brought it in, it was all you could play.
Yeah.
Yeah, DMR was.
If you didn't use DMR, you weren't.
But it was fun though. Come on.
It was fun.
It was a fun period.
I would argue though, DMR. It was fun and annoying, right? But if you compare that to the AUG M16 meta or the current meta that's just gone by now, I would argue the DMR meta was better than the AUG M16, because I feel like the DMR. I said even back then, I actually think it was stupidly strong. Don't get me wrong, but it was stupidly strong if you knew how to use it. Only if you knew how to use it. And I swear the amount of people I was in games with that had a DMR for the sake of having a DMR, did not have a clue.
There was a big advantage for PC players there though, because just being able to click as fast as we can compared to doing it on a controller.
AUG M16, I just feel like anyone, you just click them on. It's just, I hated that one.
Yeah, we need to get rid of them.
Well, it's been nerfed now. The M16's about to get nerfed as well.
Even the FFAR, like, you can beam people from so far away without even having, like, long-range attachments on it.
Yeah, just have like, bullet velocity attachments or some...
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Cold War ruined it. I think Cold War was the worst. I saw where they were going with it. Don't get me wrong. I understood the meaning, like, their thoughts behind it. But I don't feel like any update since that introduction. When was it? November November 13th, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I feel like that was a specific day. I think it was one of those like 13th or something. So November 13th, I think was the introduction. I think any update since that, it's always Cold War. One of the weapons or the attachments has had an issue all
Yeah,
the time. And
that's when Warzone went downhill when the Cold War was introduced into it.
Halloween
First,
update.
in my
I
opinion,
disagree.
anyway, that's went
Ooh,
down.
I disagree.
Yeah, I've got to disagree. No, for a game to evolve, it has to have different changes, new abilities. It's like Fortnite. Do you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but not completely
Different
fuck the
maps,
game over.
Yeah, but that's everyone's saying they want a new map for Warzone, but what happens if they have one little thing that goes wrong? Do you know what I'm saying? Everyone's gonna be like, oh,
Yeah,
bring back
fair.
the old map, do this, do that, and you're never gonna get it right. So I feel like
Mm.
for there to be a change in the game, it has to evolve to be something better. Do you know what I mean?
I agree on that to a point, but then the bit I don't agree on, or I still don't agree necessarily on the way that they did it, is that they run Modern Warfare and Cold War on two different engines.
Mm.
So combining two different games on two different, if it was two different games but on this they ran on the same engine, it would make sense because you could combine those styles across. But it's two completely different engines, so you're never going to have a seamless transition between the two, especially on a game like Warzone. Or they should have just slowly implemented. Maybe they could have like gone,
Yeah.
okay, we're combining the two. Great news. We're going to transition in these few guns. You know, like they bring in new guns all the time, right? They could have done that with the colder one. Say, okay, we're going to bring in two ARs, two SMGs, two pistols, two shotguns, whatever it is, and then you work out the bugs on that rather than what they seem to do is edit one attachment because it went wrong, but then somehow all the other attachments go wrong, and then they got to do all of them again. Or it'd be they fix a barrel, and it fixes the one weapon, but then that barrel somehow affects all the other weapons that you have, and someone finds some new way to abuse it.
I'll say one thing though, as I am like me personally, I work as a quality assurance like code reviewer at the company I work at, and I cannot believe that a company as big as Activision or Raven or whatever, every time they release an update, something else is going wrong. I don't get how they don't test their shit basically, and they have to wait for JGod or whatever to make a video on it, and then admit that they were wrong, and then fix it in the next update, and then probably something else going wrong. Like every time they modify something, it's got implications somewhere else, and I don't get that. Even when they introduced the Psychos, right? To unlock the akimbo, it even said on the pistol itself that you need to get like 5 different three kills on 5 different matches with the Renetis on a certain thing. So it was just copy pasted onto their new gun, and then someone kind of looked over the fact that they had Renetti saying on the Psycho unlock challenges.
Oh my god. It's so stupid. I have tweeted before, I'm pretty sure J-God is Activision's teacher. Like, he literally sits there and Activision just put out a thing, and then bloody J-God goes, marks their work, and he's like, well, this is wrong, this is wrong,
Marks
this is
their
wrong,
work.
this is wrong.
Well, they had that stage as well, didn't they, going on updates when they had the stim glitch. And then they set the stim glitch off, and then there was the invisibility glitch, and then they fixed that, and then it went back to stim glitch. It was just a fucking period.
I swear, stim glitches are the bane of my life.
I have a genuine question though. Don't you think it'd be insanely boring right now if everyone was still using the same guns as last season?
Yeah,
yeah,
I get that, but the thing is, the gun changes are pretty much the only change we get. It wouldn't be boring if, for example, we would have had 2 or 3 different maps or rotations that we could go through. Then I wouldn't think that playing the same gun would get as boring.
Yeah, but that's why I got bored of PUBG, and I think that's where they went wrong. Is that they didn't have new weapons and all of that. They had the same weapons over and over, and like once every 4 months they would release one weapon. One weapon would get released, but They just took too long to get more maps out. That was the
Yeah.
thing.
It was just
That-
Erangel for years.
Erangel, all the time. So, and then that's what I said. That's why they lost their market. They lost that market because they made no changes. So I do agree. I would get bored of Warzone if no change to be made. And I guess the weapon is the easy way for them to do it. And I guess it is a free-to-play game. Apart from the fact that they're
Well,
making
the only
millions
thing
and
with the
millions and
weapons,
millions.
though, that they have added new weapons, is everyone uses the same weapon now.
Yeah.
Whereas at least before it was mixed. That's
Yeah,
what I enjoyed more about it.
I didn't
You
always
never
see
just get killed
Growls.
by the same gun every time.
No.
I mean, up close, yeah, everyone had the MP5, but
It's up close. Like, what do you want? You can.
exactly. But mid to long range, everyone was using something different.
Mm,
Now they're just all using the same. So that's what annoyed me about the Cold War fucking introduction on it.
well,
That's what
talking
fucks me.
about changes, the big change is arriving, and that is the new season and the new map for Warzone, which is going to be. Ooh, what time is it going to be?
80s
time is the new map?
Verdance.
Well, officially, there's going to be events going on. There's going to be the live events. So I think the last time the live events came in was what was the live event? You had to run to the stadium.
Yeah,
right?
run to the stadium.
And what were they doing when they ran to the stadium? I forgot. Were they
Blowing
blowing
up,
the
right?
No.
Yeah.
It wasn't blowing it up. It was after that, wasn't it?
No, it did blow up the thing, I think.
Oh, is that what it was? Was you ran to the stadium and then they blew up the roof?
You had to get
Yeah.
into the stadium, didn't you? That was like the safe zone.
Yeah. Why was it a
I
safe
can't
zone?
remember.
I can't even remember why it was a safe zone.
Yeah,
You know?
it was.
No, it was for the announcement of Cold War. Because then you ran to the safe zone and they had all the bloody planes going overhead and they had the like the old style speed. Yeah, so that was for the announcement of Cold War. So that was a lost live event. But there is a live event coming from tomorrow. So we'll put it up on the screen. So if you're watching this, which because it will be out tomorrow around 1 to 3 p.m. GMT, possibly. The live events will be happening later on this evening. So we'll put a little graphic up and they will be 12 p.m. We'll do it GMT time. GMT, it'll be about 8 p.m. So 8 p.m. will be the first one. And then the next start will be at midnight. So it's like a 4-hour slots or something. It's 3-hour slots. So 8 p.m., 12 p.m. There will be live events. We don't know what the live events are going to be. It's only just been announced a few hours ago or something, but they have them listed. And I think they have one going on the day after. So I think it'll be early morning, like 4 or 5 a.m. or something, going into Thursday. Those will be the live events. So I don't know what anyone thinks is going to be happening. We have seen a lot of those nukes flying all over the place. And we've seen all the radiation zones coming in now.
Very annoying.
Yeah. I feel like the radiation zones kind of make the zones unplayable though. Like it's not really adding anything new to it because nobody's gonna actually sit in there and
die
yeah.
to become a zombie.
Well,
What's
there's
in
a
it at the
glitch in
minute
there.
it's just annoying more than anything. What's on it?
What?
I'd rather than just keep them sort of events to the select people that want to play it, and then just bring the live event into the actual game when it happens, rather than going through all this.
Yeah, I'm not.
I
see where they're going with it, and it's not. Do you know what? Originally, I've not had much of an issue because I've stayed away from it for like the last week, and we played like a bit today. It's not as bad as I thought it was originally because I think on that first day they released it, that a bloody radiation zone was huge, and there were zombies running all over the place, even in the final zones. Whereas then they patched it that night or something and changed a few aspects to it so that you lose health as a zombie when you're outside the radiation zone or something like that. So you can't just freely run around the map, which means you actually don't have to deal. I've not seen it other than one that chased you, Parker, in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
I've not seen anything in the final zone, which has been quite nice. Well, we got 3 wins today, so perfectly fine with how many zombies are around. But Yeah, I don't have a problem with it, but the nuke event's getting annoying. I don't like listening to that nuke. It will be tomorrow, the live event, so could
What
be
do we
interesting.
What do we think the new map's going to be? There's a lot of people saying it's going to be 80s.
Yeah, but how is it? How is 80s gonna refresh the map? Is it just gonna be a reskin of the map that we got now, or?
I think originally I saw rumors it was going to be a completely different map, which was Ural Mountains, right? That was the original.
That's been going on for months, isn't it?
And then they confirmed no, it's nothing to do with Ural Mountains. So I don't know what Ural Mountains is ever going to be. But
apparently that was a Cold War edition, that Ural
okay.
Mountains one. So that's why that got shut down as being a new map, I think.
I think it's going to go back to the 1980s. I think it will be a Cold War version of Verdansk.
How does that make any sense? You're going to blow up the map. You're going to blow up the map to then make it
all
80s.
these nukes are going round. If all the nukes and everything are going round.
Good point.
Has he froze for anyone else?
Good point. Look at, we are zooming in on that face.
Oh my god.
Zoom in. But I'll continue. Like, I do think he's loving life today. There we go. Need to fix this. I do think it's going to go back, and the way I think it's going to work, something like this, is they've nuked everything. Like there's a portal, right? That's how the bloody ship arrived in our time Verdansk, in the current day Verdansk. Yeah. I think they're going to nuke the shit out of everything, and somehow we're going to end up popping back into that stupid little portal that's out at sea, and go back into Cold War Verdansk, because there's like, I've seen rumors of like the places of interest now, where there's pictures of like the stadium's part constructed. There's no dam anymore, but they've got like an aqueduct up at the dam. There's supposed to be a zoo as well, and I think it would just be an old style Verdansk. Like there won't be downtown because there won't be all those buildings done. That's how I see it.
Fuck for getting rid of downtown day.
Downtown shit, so I can't.
Who's uninstalling? Jesus Christ.
But I just think like there won't be train station, boneyard, all of that. I think it would just be.
Wait, Dobbs, are you not looking forward to this then?
No.
Why not?
Is this going to affect your 2v2s?
No, it's just like going into a portal. That's just like, it's like Fortnite all over again. Do you know what I mean? It's like
I'm not saying it is. That's my take. I'm not.
No, yeah. Still, if that does happen, you can guarantee there's no Warzone content coming out from me. I'm going to Minecraft or something. You know what I'm saying?
You've made it out as like Minecraft's a bad thing. I feel like I'm in Minecraft.
I'm not saying it's bad. Just, you know.
Minecraft.
Oh, Minecraft's good. I'm not dissing Minecraft. Just, you know what I'm saying? It's.
I feel like Parker's got some insider information on this map here.
No, I don't know. I've seen too many things going about, too many different things to actually know what it's going to be.
I honestly just see.
I hope it's a full new map and not a reskin, though.
80s. What you like 40 back then, Parker?
Yeah, I will be upset if it is, but I have a feeling it will be. I do know it'd be bigger. So, just to give you an idea, that Verdansk is a 9x9 map in terms of like the size, but only 6.5 by 7 of the actual area is playable. Where it's rumored that the new map will be an 8x8 map, fully playable, the whole thing. So it will be bigger than Verdansk.
Well, I've heard that they're going to be running 250 players.
What? Really?
Too many.
Yeah, 250.
So many.
It's what I've seen.
Their servers are already struggling as it is. How are they gonna host 250 people?
Is it going to be able to handle it? That's the problem.
Yeah.
But the old map won't be playable anymore, though. So it's not going to be like on a map rotation. They're fully removing Verdansk for a period.
I wonder if they're going to full reset leaderboards as well.
It would be nice to reset my KD and actually get to where I belong.
I can't
see them. Would they reset? They wouldn't reset people's wins and stuff. I can't see them do because it's only a new season.
Map, isn't it? Yeah, but
Maybe
it's a
they just
completely
add
new map.
in rather than reset. They add
a
in
new
a new part of the
season.
leaderboard, and they're like new season, like season 1 to 2, and then this is season 3 leaderboard or something. I can't see them resetting.
Well, no, they should have done it like PUBG really, because you had your different stats for each season on PUBG, didn't you? And
Yeah,
you could always go back and look at your previous stats.
it's
They
too
all
late.
they did something like that.
I can't see them doing it now. I can't honestly see them doing
No.
it.
I do believe you should be able to reset though. Like you should have an option to reset, like every other COD.
You
can
can
reset
reset,
stats.
but if you reset, you literally go back to level 1, no guns.
Yeah,
and
you
everything.
reset your levels and everything. I'm not doing that.
You can't do that, can you?
You reset absolutely everything, battle pass, guns, everything. Yeah, you can reset. Yeah.
Wait, so you get all the skins taken off you and everything?
Yeah, everything.
That is
That's why no
the
one does it.
bollocks. That is bollocks.
No one is
What
doing
the
that.
fuck?
I'm intrigued. So Dobbs smashes out 2v2s, kill races, and stuff like that. I'm intrigued what your take will be on for the new map in terms of how it will affect kill races. Do you think it's going to be a big shake up for those that compete? Because Verdansk is they know where they want to drop, they know the rotations of everything, they know the high ground areas. Do you think, depending on what the new map, could be a big shake up for kill races?
No, it takes a good player 3 days to learn a map.
Yeah, but
3 days
I
doing
think
rotation.
that initial period might actually give you an advantage if you're a good player there, because obviously not everyone going into 2v2 wages is like top level COD players, is it? So I think the best players are gonna shine through like at the start, because for them it doesn't really matter what it looks like; they're just being people.
There'll be those spots that people just find like in the middle of nowhere. But there's also vehicle updates I've seen. I don't know if anyone else has seen that. Yeah. Some potential new vehicles. I've got a list of potential new vehicles.
Isn't it
We could always...
another buggy and like a new truck or something?
I found a weird list, right? And I feel like it's way too many.
Motorbike with a little car.
There's one that's called Big Bird vehicle. So I don't know, maybe that's a helicopter or something. It must be another helicopter, right? Maybe it's like the chopper gunner version and they call it Big Bird now because it's actually
jet.
They've got a police car / box truck come into the game. So like a van, which will be interesting. These are all rumors.
Could you imagine if you could get into the back of the van? Like,
I hope they are just rumors.
Some of them are weird. Trust me. This medical transport pickup truck, and then they got personal transport. I don't know what personal transport. I'm gonna get in my Ford Fiesta or something.
Push bike.
My Honda.
No, it's push bike.
Oh, please get push bikes in the game. Rolling round car 98 shots off my push bike.
Oh my days. Okay, now.
Get your little stump pegs on the back.
How long until that hits Twitter that somebody's hit like a skill shot? They've taken their push bike up the stairs of like a building. They've gone onto the edge of the building, cycled off, no scoped someone as they're dropping off. Bang. That's Dobbs. That's your challenge, Dobbs. Done.
Oh, let me just get my pedal bike out. Fuck yeah.
And now here's a clip of Dobbs on his pedal bike. I don't know. I'm not sure about this vehicle update. There will obviously be some changes. I'm just not sure what, because if it does go back to the 80s, you're not going to have like little quads, and you're not going to have the cars that they currently have because it's not
even the armored truck. I don't think they had that shit back then.
No, I'm be back to the way I grew up.
I tried sneaking an old joke in, but no one heard it.
Oh no, I didn't.
Before he was speaking about the 80s, I said, I swear you were 40 back then.
Oi. I'm glad you went back to that though.
What are you saying, though?
Well, there are official confirmed rumours though. Confirmed changes, and some of them I've got 4 official confirmed ones. I think some of them have already happened actually, but one of them hasn't, which is the adjustment to the Rose skin. There is a big adjustment coming. I think on the season 3 battle pass.
Yeah, weren't there rumors that girl would be the new Ryze skin? But then I saw that she's a new operator as well, so I don't think
So
that's
it can't be the
actually
Rose. So I don't know what the Rose update's going to be. Is she going to have like neon lights on her back or something all times?
Did anyone play Black Ops 3?
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know War Machine, the character?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think the season 3 character looks like War Machine.
Yeah.
Maybe it ties in. Maybe I don't know.
Actually, yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, so-
We're all sat thinking like, We will find out. The other ones, and I'm saying some of them have happened because the Psychop's already been changed. They've got a significant balance coming to weapons, which is TAC Rifle Charlie, which is the Cold War AUG, the M16, the FFAR, and the Psychov. So Psychov's already happened. I don't know if FFAR's happened yet.
No, it was
It's
still
happened
stretched.
250 times. It's still good.
Yeah, like change it every second. They've got a fix coming for Modern Warfare weapon perks and the sniper glint because at the moment there's bloody. I've not had an issue with it. I played with that glintless sniper and I just didn't enjoy. Like I don't need the bloody variable zoom scope rubbish, so it didn't really bother me that much. I don't think I've really come across it much. I still see sniper glints most of the time. And those that don't, to be honest, those people that don't have the glint are the ones that can't hit the shots anyway, so it doesn't even affect me.
Yeah, they give
They're
their
like, "Oh,
positions away anyway.
They're like, oh yeah, I'm going glintless shots because I can't hit them anyway, but at least no one will see me when I miss my shots. That's literally, I'm sorry, that's how people do it. And they have changed already the way you acquire the RCXD because I think that's now in a containment shop or something in one of the bunkers.
So you can only get them from the zombie shops now, innit?
So you can't mistakenly buy, which I haven't done, but I've seen a few people do it.
Yeah, I've seen a few do it.
which
It was
is
just a
always
bad.
interesting.
It's a bad one for controller players. That.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, I never had the issue necessarily, but
I did go to like nearly click it and then realized, wait, this doesn't say loadout. Why am I clicking this?
this says RCXD. Again, but that's like what you were saying a minute ago, Sparkle, is that these like what are the quality control guys doing? Like,
I don't get it.
did these people not play games? Did they just put stuff in and go, yeah, let's go with that, and then not play it? Because like the first thing you see is like that doesn't make sense if you're skipping down.
Or would they consider any press good press? As in, they just put out shit and then they realize like it doesn't really matter because the player base is still gonna play it. Like they can get away with pretty much everything at this point. And then there will be some complaining, but at least the content creators got a new video to put out. Like they're getting some press because like every other gaming forum is posting about them. I feel like if that's a big thing. Like I think sometimes they make these changes just for content creators to get some content out as well. Because in the last few weeks, I don't see a lot of new videos out on any different channels really.
Yeah, weapon, like you always get the weapon loadouts and this glitching, but now it's a bit just gameplay. It seems at the moment. Do you honestly think they sit there with like a little tick box and they're like, let's turn the stim glitch on this time, and off again, and on? I don't know. But okay, so new maps coming in. What do you think will be the future of Warzone? How do you think it's gonna? We'll go one at a time. How do you think the future of Warzone is gonna go about? How do you think it's gonna change? Do you think it's gonna survive? Do you think something new will come in?
I think it'll survive because it's in a league of its own at the minute. There's no other battle royale to really compete with it, the game that it is, so it will survive at the minute. But as of what I think, I couldn't even tell you until we actually get on it and play it. But yeah, I think it'll survive until something else comes out, something bigger, maybe the Battlefield side. But yeah, apart from that, man, I can't really say what I think it's going to be like because with the way it's gone this year, you just don't know, do you? Warzone.
No. Dobbs, how do you think?
Realistically, it's probably going to be shit. Let's not try keep us hopes up. Probably gonna go back to Fortnite.
Do you
Well,
think?
actually,
Do you
Yeah.
think you will go back?
Yeah. I used to be really good at Fortnite. I could probably get back to that standard. So
Okay.
Grow up.
Are you losing a bit of? Are you losing a bit of enjoyment from Warzone now in the last? Because I know you've been slowing down playing.
I've slowed down doing everything. And I don't know. Gaming in general, I feel like it's going downhill recently. Especially with Corona and everything, and everything's open now, so everyone wants to go out and
I don't
I
know.
don't
PC way forward.
That will bring a lot more. Once you get a PC, that will bring so many more options.
I won't leave my desk.
So that's what I've been doing for the last 15 years. Haven't left my desk.
Sparkle, what are your thoughts?
I don't know. I think, like I said earlier, I think Warzone at this point can get away with pretty much everything because altogether the game's just a solid game. I think even though they get so many things wrong, they have nailed some aspects of what a battle royale should be, and I think they've learned a lot from that Black Ops of Blackout Warzone, whatever. That's where they made all the mistakes, and they really took their feedback from, and then brought out a banger. And I don't think the new map's gonna change much. It's gonna take some getting used to, and then after a while, after 2 or 3 weeks, everyone's gonna be used to it, and just I don't know. I don't think people are gonna really quit Warzone because of it, other than Dobbs, obviously. But yeah,
Just a make or break in it, really.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe for you is. I don't think it's gonna be for a lot of people.
No, there'll still be millions that'll play it, won't there?
Yeah, I do. I think for a lot of people stick with it. I think new games will be is where it may drop. I think if Battlefield comes out, that will drop some players. I'll be someone that definitely drops over to Battlefield for a bit. 100%. I enjoy Battlefield. I've always enjoyed Battlefield, but I think I said to Sparkle the other day, Battlefield's one that I play for like a month, solid, and I enjoy for a month solid because I love the tactical side and the more realistic side to it. But then after that month, I'm about to go back to something else. But what I go back to, I don't know. Probably will end up being Warzone. Maybe throw some League, Rust in there or something. But in terms of battle royales, I can't see anyone else kicking them off like the perch, unless someone makes a big drastic change. But I don't know who it would be. The Halo game, the new Halo game, could be. Maybe they could bring something or do something there. I don't know.
Do you know what?
I can't see anyone knocking Warzone out of the place.
You know what I do think they got lucky with is that the Cyberpunk release got fucked up. Because if Cyberpunk was like the game, and it would have been bug free, and everyone was so ready for that game to come out, if that actually banged, I think a lot of people would have switched just to do that for a few months, and then it would have been a lot harder for Warzone to get all those players back to Warzone.
100%.
But then now they got really lucky that Cyberpunk kind of flopped.
Yeah. I do think the biggest thing for Warzone to continue in the way it is they need to do the anti-cheat. And I will say this point is that I think recently, what was it, 5 days ago or something, they said they've now banned 30,000 extra accounts on the 12th of April, right? So, and I will admit, in the last few weeks, I'm coming across less and less cheaters. Now they got like 2-factor authenticator, but they need an anti-cheat. End of. They need an anti-cheat in the game. I think that's a big thing because I think if it comes back again to the point where it just seems to be overwhelming, like you saw people like Vicstar who put out a statement, "I'm not playing anymore until they do something about it." Then they made a big change and they did a huge ban. And he came back again. I think if it keeps happening and if some of these bigger content creators are like, "That's it, I'm out," I think that's where they can have an issue. And yeah, I think I can see a lot of people jumping out at that point. And there's other games that people enjoy playing anyway. I'm not saying they'll dominate as much as Warzone did. I think people will just flood to other games potentially. That's the issue. Like we've started doing it as well. We've started going to Cold War League play and whatnot.
Mm.
Took some time out, and I'll enjoy doing some other games. Dobbs is saying to go in Fortnite. I'm not saying anything might dominate as much as Warzone did, but I could see more people taking little breaks from Warzone if they don't sort of anti-cheat and just make regular changes. Not they don't have to be massive. Even if it's a map, maybe they have a map that comes out in 6 months, but they announce it now, or they mention the plans or what they want to do. But yeah, I think it'll be It's interesting to see how it's going to develop. But that's gaming in general. It's going to be interesting to see what the next meta or what the next mainstream. Maybe there'll be another mod that comes out and that turns mainstream. So, but tell us, everyone, tell us what you think the future of Warzone is going to be. What do you think the future of battle royales are going to be? I think that kind of sums up. I think the event's going to be tomorrow. Get ready to play the live event. New map will be coming out Thursday, I believe. It should be. It should have come after that event.
Yeah.
So enjoy playing the games. Let us know your thoughts on season 3, whether you're going to be playing, whether you're going to be branching out somewhere else. And I think after Sparkle's moment of the week, we are looking to maybe put out a well, it wouldn't be midweek, it'd be the weekend probably, but an episode on ESL, European Soccer League. Soccer League?
Soccer.
Super League. Super League. Soccer.
Since when do we call it soccer?
You know, it's those stupid American owners in those clubs. But we're going to do that. I know it's slightly off topic from what the Twitch content creation is, but I think it's something that we're all passionate about in terms of football. It's a big part of our lives. And I know we've had a few people that have asked us to actually do an episode on this and see what our thoughts are. So we will probably put that out this week on maybe Sunday or something. So look out for that as well. And follow us on all the socials. You'll have the Twitter down here as per usual. You've got the Discord links below. Get involved. But I think that is it from all of us, isn't it?
Yeah.
That should be it.
Bang. We appreciate as always everyone watching. Like and subscribe. Leave some comments below. We will put a tweet out for the name of the spinning wheel. We need a name for the spinning wheel. Boris, Seamus, Philippe,
Wallace.
Those are the names. Those are the options. We'll put a little tweet out for that. But thank you for joining us as always. That is a goodbye from myself, Sparkle, Parker, and Dobbs. And you have all been live with Ryze.